Fresh off of Rift Rivals here, the first weekend back in LCS, I'm joined by the hottest name in League of Legends esports right now, MikeYeung. You're blowing up right now, Mike. How are you dealing with all the attention?
Well, I'm trying to enjoy the intention as much as I could while not letting it affect my normal lifestyle. So I'm still doing the same exact things coming into my first week of LCS.
Yeah. You are going to have to really cherish this right now, because at some point in your career, you'll have a bad patch or a bad meta or something like that.
Definitely.
And then all this attention and all this love you're getting, it'll just turn to spite and venom, and it'll make you cry.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Are you ready for that?
Yeah, I do believe that there's a point in every pro player's career where they have like a downfall because of the meta, because of team environment, because of something that's going on in their life. And I feel that my job is just to try and prevent that from happening for a long period of time.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry if you've already been asked this question, but I do still want to ask it. How did this whole thing come about with you on P1, and what's kind of the backstory behind you showing up here and competing for this team?
Well, ever since I've started playing League, it was mainly a hobby for me. And when I was 13 years old, I hit Challenger in the solo ranks and then have been at that level or improving at that level since then. And recently, about a few months ago, I was dominating solo queue with a high win rate on jungle. And not only was I doing that, but I showed a lot of game sense with my pings and shot calling in solo queue games. And I believe Coach Fly or someone that inside P1 figured that out, and they contacted me afterwards.
Yeah. Was this something you were always trying to aspire to? Did you want to compete in the LCS, or was it just a situation where, like I talked to Omar yesterday, and he was saying he suddenly got an email about scouting grounds, didn't plan on going, and then suddenly did, and suddenly he's in the LCS. Yeah. For you, how much of a plan was this?
So this wasn't really a plan, as last scouting grounds I was most likely able to go, but I decided to focus on school, so I stopped playing on my solo queue accounts. But at that time, I believe I was one of the best junglers, or if not the best solo queue jungler, and out of the ones that haven't played any games professionally for scouting grounds. But in the end, I decided to focus on school, and I stopped playing ranks.
Yeah. What year were you in school, by the way, whenever all this stuff happened?
So this was junior year, I think.
Okay. Nice. So you're not, there's like a lot of really, really young folks here. You're doing okay.
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Okay. Because maybe this is less overwhelming for you. Now, people are shouting out my name while we're trying to do an interview. It's very frustrating. It happens. Soon they'll be shouting out your name, Mike. Well, we just had to do an edit because my camera overheated because it's so hot in LA right now. But we're back. And I also want to ask you, what has been surprising to you about this whole situation, like coming into the LCS, and what have you found that you didn't expect?
So coming into the LCS, there were so many things that I didn't expect coming from an outsider's, a fan's, a solo queue player's perspective. So a lot of people don't know what happens behind the scenes when teams lose or start losing. It's not just because the players are it's not their meta. Also, there can be internal issues. There can be situations behind the scenes where something might not go right and they're not 100% playing at their best.
So it's just kind of like all these other reasons that are contributing factors.
Yeah, so I've seen really good teams do well. I've seen really good team environments in the scene, and I've seen also poorer team environments. As for Phoenix One, I believe that they are on the upper scale with the good team environment.
Well, let's wrap this up before the camera blows up. Is there anything that you would like to say to any of your fans who are just super excited to see you join the team and show some authentic talent from North America?
Well, thank you guys for supporting me, and my goal for a career in esports is just to stay for the long term. So even though there's so much hype around me coming back from Rift Rivals, I might hit some slumps, but I'm really happy for the fans that continue to support me, even if I'm not performing at my best.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for the interview. Super nice to meet you. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all the LCS stuff and our camera blowing up, all that kind of thing, here on my YouTube channel. Listen, Los Angeles housing prices are only going up. Rent is ridiculous, and I'm unemployed. So if you want to support me, you can do so over at travisgafford.com/support.